Hi, I'm Leon Cormack, and you're listening to Sound Source Lab. I'm going to show you a little bit of a demo how you can make a track quickly. So as you can see, I've got the piano down here, and then obviously we go to we need a bass line, so we go to instrument. Normally I always pick the which comes in the package of the Logic Audio Project X, which is a sampler, and it's always reliable, which you get a good sound out of normally. I always like to use stuff like this for using things like live stuff, but obviously dance music is other stuff, use the other plugins. But more for live stuff is more, I like a more live feel, which is electric bass or something like this. Something like this. So if we go, something like that to give it a more live feel. If I was going to do stuff like this, but dance music obviously different, more electronic based, but this is more live feel. So if we go to look, so next we want something like a nice string or something, and normally I always use a sampler from the Logic Audio, which is always reliable. There's many other plugins you can use, but I always like to use this one, which is good. It's quite a good feel. With strings. Here we go, strings like this. Something like that. More of a. Let's try it. That's another track that's coming out very soon. One track I'm working anyway, played automatic. Anyway, so if we go something like that, it gives you got the bass line, you've got that, and then obviously you go to on Logic, which is a really good thing they have, which is a good touch, which they have the loops, which you can select to go bass. If you want the sort of style you want, obviously you can go to two-step, garage, R&B. But for this sort of style, I'm going to go for something more clean. If you go acoustic, I don't want to go for that style, but if you go So whatever you want to do, if you want to go through, you can have whatever type of beat you want, whatever style you want to go, depends on the tempo. But I normally go through stuff like, I like a good moving groove. I'm used to stuff like Lighthouse Family and Maroon 5 and stuff like that. I like a good upbeat loop. So, even if you go for a beat like this, you drop it into the audio file, and then you just literally you copy it like it does on Logic Audio, you do that and then you've got it. So already it's taking sort of somewhat of shape, but it's like normally you loop something and you get the idea. So you play the piano, you play the bass, you do a bit of strings, and then it starts to take shape. Then you start writing your melodies, your lyrics. But normally, how I work, I normally put the piano down first, which you've got this, which is this. Start to kind of come up with obviously it makes no sense what you sing, but it's more the melody. So it's all about, if you get the melody, then you start to write the lyrics, and that's basically how you would write a track. My advice would be is that there's no right or wrong way how you play something. It's basically what sounds good. It's like you being in a kitchen, like you say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It's like a vocal lessons. Somebody could go to vocal lessons and they'll go, they'll sing something and they don't really know where to go, but then the vocal coach could actually teach them something and give them a bit of vibrato, but it would change the sound of what they're doing, which loses their whole entire, the magic they have in their voice. You can lose that. But I would never say don't have vocal classes or keyboard lessons. But it's like what I say to you is that people can have a way of playing something, and sometimes you can change how they play, and it won't sound as good as if it was played properly. But if you play it in a way you think that sounds good, and it does sound good, like I say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I see people say to me, all my life I use Cubase, for example. Now I've turned to Logic. I mean, I will go back to Cubase tomorrow. But I know exactly where I'm going. You know what I mean? It's like, it basically comes automatic to me to use Cubase. And I know, like the back of my hand, I know exactly what to do. Here I'm learning every day. But it is a much more professional program. So I have to learn how to use it because obviously it matches the format. I've started to be signed with different labels of Universal. I have to adapt because they ask me, send me the formats and your new records you're doing, send me the, export everything. And if I export with Cubase, they can't really use what I'm sending them. So I had to adapt to Logic, and it took a massive step because I love Cubase. Always have done, but I really started to like Logic, and like I say to you, I start to, you get like you can make something straight away, and it's like what I do like is the simplicity. It's like if you have like a program, normally you have to copy paste. I really do love the option where you can just stretch out, and it's a ghost of you can just stretch out whatever you make, which is really handy if you're doing vocals and you're doing like a rack of like 8 vocals. It's really handy. It just makes it quicker. But that's all I can say to you. Basically, it's my advice. And but at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong way in what you do. It's how I could love what I'm doing here, but you could probably do a lot better on it's a great program called Ableton. It's amazing. It's amazing, but the people I work with Attica and all that, they use Ableton. But I love the simplicity of Logic, because it's very, very similar to Cubase 5, which I used to use on the old PC. But it's like you say, you get quick. They give you so many options. Like, even if you want to go a bit more dirty and you want to play stuff, and like two-step if you want to knock it into a bit of Craig David sort of gives a really good feel to how you can write something on the fly, which I love. So that's my advice. I like, if you're happy with what you use, it works. That's it.